Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to Time in Johnstown. Well, I just did, I'm going to clean up some pivots here. Some of the pivots here, and there's some rust, as you can see, on this pivot and the pinion and on the shaft. And yeah, there we go, knocked the camera over. There's some on that pivot. And this, I want to clean that. And the escape wheel, I did something really smart. I'll show you how smart. I dropped it on the floor, the concrete floor, and see what happened. This side is good. It just kind of bent the teeth a little, but we can straighten them. So you take a pair of smooth jaw pliers and you just draw it out. You don't grip it real hard, and you just keep working it. And as you can see, it took care of it. I'm going to touch them up with a file. Just there's a little burr that I want to make sure I get. I'm going to need a little better light on the subject here. Right here, right underneath my finger. You can see there's still a little, but I'm going to touch them up with a file. And then they should be okay. But you get a smooth jaw pliers, you grip it, and you draw it out. And you just keep working it. You don't apply a ton of pressure to it. Just enough to draw that damaged or bent tooth out, whatever. And if you can see it now, it's just about out. If I flip it over, you can't see it at all. So we just about got it. We just about got it. So I'm going to get these pinions cleaned up and these pivots cleaned up, and then we're going to fit the movement together with those things that we cleaned up the other day. We're going to put it together. We're just going to check the pivot holes and make sure that everything is good before I move on to that base. All right, I got some rust in the pinion here, and I think what I'm going to try is my Dremel tool with a small wire brush on it, and just very carefully you got to be real careful not to hit those teeth and have this catch. Eye protection is a must, but I've got glasses and I have this optivisor on, so I'm pretty well protected. And I will polish these up with some fine grit sandpaper afterwards. But I want to get the rust off, and this does a fantastic job. Like I said, this movement was sitting outside for so long, in the elements, half buried in dirt. So that cleaned up pretty good. You can see some pitting down in the bottom and a little bit on the teeth, but I'm going to go over that with some sandpaper and see if I can smooth those teeth out on the pinion. And if I have to go at it with a small file, I will, but I'm going to try and avoid that. But I'm going to try and clean that up and make it a little smoother. I have to clean this pivot up here too. Like I say, as you can see, this has been out in the elements. That's for the seconds bit. And you can see where the pivot is right there. That's got to be cleaned up. So I got a pivot file I can do that with. I'll clean this shaft up, probably with that wire wheel. That seemed to do a pretty good job. And I mean, there's still some rust in there, as you can see from this angle. So we're going to go at it with a little sandpaper and see what we end up with. Okay, I just put a little tiny drop of bit of oil on this burnisher, and I'm going to burnish this pivot. And I can't zoom in anymore, I don't think. There, that's probably about the best it's going to get. So, and you can watch your progress on the burnisher itself to make sure you have it flat. This side of the burnisher is smooth, so it's up against the shoulder. And I'm gonna check this with a loop. Just polish that up a little bit better. So we're gonna go at it a little more with the file and the burnisher. Okay, I used a pivot file here, and then I went over it with the burnisher. And the pivot file, the pivot was a little funny shaped, so I was able to get it straightened out and get it polished up pretty good. The light's hitting it funny, but it's polished pretty good. I'm going to just touch up the end here with a little bit of fine grit paper. And I still got to get down in the pinions a little better, because I want to clean that out, as you can see. But it's coming. And you know what? It's a long, tedious process. I haven't even begun to tackle the other side yet. And I got to straighten it, because this is bent, this here. Probably when it collapsed, a board fell on it or something, and so we'll get it, but we'll get that straightened out, and we got to address that pivot right there. We've got to do something with that pivot, because there's some pitting in there. So probably when we're done, we're going to remove some metal. We'll probably have to rebush the plate. That would be my guess. All right, sometimes when you're doing this kind of work, you have to make your own tools. I need something to put into the tailstock. I don't have a collet holding tailstock, so I need something I can put on the end of this to support it. And I don't have a steady rest. I'm going to be going to one of the NAWCC national meets, and I'm going to see if I can pick up some of that stuff. I need a tool post for my cross slide, and I want to get a steady rest, something that can support this. So I'm going to make something out of some brass stock that I have. that'll go into the tailstock and just go over the edge of this pivot. That's my goal. So we'll see what we can do here. See what we can make. this doesn't work, I'm just going to repivot it. I got my music wire up there, and I'll make a pivot, complete with the the extension for the seconds bit. I'll take the whole thing off and do it. Yeah, it's not too bad. Polish it up a little more though. Trying to see which method works the best here. All right. The pivot is in here, and that's pretty clean. That's pretty polished. I cleaned this up. This, I'm not going to do anything because that'll that roughness isn't going to hurt anything. It's just going to, the second sand is going to go on there. But the main thing, is how does it fit the plate? So here's how it fits the plate. There's the tilt. A little more, so I'm probably going to rebush it. Because there is some side shake there. Not excessive, though. Not excessive. All right, well, that's it for today. I've gone about as far as I'm going to go today. I got some other things I got to do. If you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe and the like button and share it. Jim, Time in Johnstown, you guys have a great day.